Hey everybody, it's your old friend Garth Weber, blues guitar player, and I wanted to say a few words about practicing the guitar today. Um, I think the first time I was asked to teach somebody, I've never taught at a school or through a music store, but in 1981 somebody came to me and said, would you show me some stuff? And so I've been teaching ever since. I've never had a full-time teaching job. It's not like I have, 6 students a day or something. But I've taught, I don't know how many lessons, hundreds and hundreds of lessons, many students over the years. One of the things that I kind of realized after a while was apparently that some people think there's a key to the kingdom, like a secret thing that if I just tell them this thing, and I sometimes see this in advertisements online for, a guitar class or something. They'll say if you just learn the following simple rules, you'll know everything about how to play the guitar. And of course, that's utter bullshit. But uh, so the main thing I think that you can learn is that there's no substitute for time spent on the instrument. Even if you're just sitting in front of a TV and you're just noodling on the guitar and you're just playing licks that you always play, you're reinforcing them. You're making them a little bit better. You're changing the wiring in your brain, making those connections a little stronger, a little deeper. So there's nothing wrong with that. However, you're not going to make massive progress just by doing that. The thing that's going to get you the most progress is if you dig into the stuff that you're not good at, the stuff that's hard. And it's not fun at first. It's unpleasant to try to play a lick or a chord that you're incapable of doing. It just doesn't feel good. But once you start that process and you start chipping away at it, then you do begin to get some satisfaction out of it because you will make progress. So the quickest way to get better is to dig into the stuff you're not good at. There's nothing wrong with just playing things that you are good at just for the fun of it. I do that every day. But there's just nothing more useful than broaching things that you're having trouble with. Eventually, you will learn them. Um, and another thing is that most guitar players, start out copying other guitar players. And I think that's a necessary step because you have to learn where the state of the art is at this time. You have to, each successive generation builds on what came before them. Now, I had one player who came in and he didn't want to know what anybody else had done. He wanted to learn, I think he was looking at it as fresh. He wanted to just learn the guitar fresh. And something I explained to him was that I admired his courage, but you're going to have to reinvent the wheel. So you're going to have to basically achieve all the steps that have been achieved in modern guitar playing, and most people are never going to do that. Most people don't have, unless you're a genius. If you just come out of the box with skills and you're going to break new ground, that's a different story. But the great majority of people are going to have to study certain players, the players that you love, the players that inspire you. Learn what they do, not necessarily so you can regurgitate it, although there will be some of that, but so that you understand what they're doing. You understand how a particular lick or a particular style of playing came to be. What led up to that. That's all valuable stuff. And I think that for 99% of players, that's a necessary step, is copy other players, learn what they're doing, learn how they get their tone, learn the fingering that they use in certain situations. There's more than one way to play a run, and then begin to build your own style. Another thing is do not repeat mistakes. If you're having trouble with something, slow it down until you can play it right, because otherwise what you're doing is you're deepening the connection to the mistake. If you play a mistake over and over again, your brain thinks it's what you want to do. So don't do that. What I do is if I'm confronted with a line that I can't play, I slow it down to whatever tempo, and I keep it in tempo. I find a tempo that I can play that line perfectly at, And it may be that, I only have trouble in one little spot. Um, and slowing it down will help you to figure out where that spot is. So slow it down until you can play it perfectly, and play it over and over again. Then speed it up a little bit. If you can still play it perfectly, speed it up a little bit more, and you'll get to a certain point where you will make a mistake. And that's the crux right there. So slow it down back to where you can do it perfectly, and just repeat that process over and over again, and eventually you'll speed it up. And that's a fun thing to see, because all of a sudden you go, wait, I'm doing it. I think I'm better than I was 10 minutes ago. That's a lot of fun. So anyway, there's just some ideas I'm throwing out for people who are practicing the guitar. I do it every day. I do it for fun. I don't do it because I feel the responsibility. I do it because I enjoy it. I enjoy getting better on the instrument. I enjoy learning. I enjoy hearing the beautiful tone of the instrument. To me, it's fun. I would do it even if I was never going to get any better. I'd still practice because I love to do it.